We go. 50, plant.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
2nd and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. On the ground, this is Kamara. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 8. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out there, a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive? Sometimes
it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
2nd and 9 now. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Pull it together. Mike 54. Mike 54. All right.
They'll try and throw for it here. Going to throw right side here. Complete. Not often do fourth down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 6. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They begin the drive with Hines. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Nyheim Hines. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He lets this one fly toward the back. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Julio Jones. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. And this is incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming. Let's think here. You're still just in the second quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show me I have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Check. Fresno. Hatch it. Checks it out.
This a give to Mack running to the right. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. They'll look to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Past the 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Get it.
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll drop the throw. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Go. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Go. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
He'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Clinton-Dix with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Julio Jones. As the first half is winding down, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Shifts by him. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will it be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ready? 53, check 53. Here we go, here we go.
Here's Kamara off the draw. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go, let's bring it up.
2nd and 4. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Recon, 132, get it.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Let's make these babies shoot.
On 1st down, it's Hines.
Check nickel.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards the pickup there. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more of the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Look at me. Score.
Again, it's Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2.
Exit. Ready?
They'll look to throw. This is caught. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense at Summit.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Yeah. Play 56.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Here's Bradley Pena now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house from Buccaneer TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. They'll run on first down. Hines. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play.
30 base. Everybody scoot up. Sit.
They run again with Hines. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
On first down, it's Hines. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 17 there, and a New Orleans first down.
First down, Saints.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But it'll be second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
You must be smooth. Check. 53 smart. Check.
Looking to throw. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Lutz with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Saints 32.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. Oh, and Mack has the ball stripped. And this is picked up by the Saints. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hines.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Charlie.
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Check go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Buccaneers' defense holds, and they get the football back. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Check out. Check 99.
A run by Mack to start the drive. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Right there, 54. Right.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll keep it on the ground. Hines. 5 yards will get him back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Back to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down. He's back to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Ready.
This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. Down to the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. They run it again with Kamara.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. This is Hines. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. And they will get the timeout. So 3 seconds remaining, and they can trot out the field goal unit and try to send this one to overtime. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. With 3 seconds to go, if it's good, we're off to overtime. And his kick is good. And this game is tied. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, Alpha. Go.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. It's a party now. It's a party now. 53.
Now a first throw here in overtime. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
On the ready.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here. Try to keep this opening drive of overtime alive.
Let's go.
Five.
Number 50.
They'll set up a throw. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
Here we go. 90 Wolf. Get it.
On first down, it's Hines. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Go.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Indy. Rock it. Shoot.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hines. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
18 Data.
On 3rd down, it's Hines. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Decision time now on 4th and about 1.5 yards.
I can still hear my high school coach, John Ford, right now. I want my #1 play with my #1 runner over my #1 blocker. Get me the first down. But some may very well say, punt this thing away, pin them down deep, and play field position.
Let's get off the field. Hey, check.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen Hey, third down situation. Big third down alert. Lock in here. Fourth down play. Make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Check 43. Check, go. Check 3. Kill. Go. Mike 5-4, Mike 5.
They'll try and run for this with Matt. And he loses the football a second time. The Saints say they have it, and they do. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. And they'll start on the ground with Hines. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
It's now 2nd and 6 at their 40.
Go there. 50, play.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hines, and he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? They run with Hines. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. And we're going to get whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the extra session.
Brings up 4th down.
So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. This to win it in overtime. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this game will remain tied. Drama. We saw all of it in this one. Overtime, all the way to the end of OT. The long field goal shot to win it, but they couldn't convert.
And because it's the regular season, we don't play more bonus football. We don't go to another period. It ended right there. You get 1 in overtime to get it done. Look, let's face it. That field goal attempt was a long shot to begin with. No pun intended, or maybe pun intended. But it doesn't go through, and it ends in a tie.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Tampa.